These are some outdated social media strategies that some people claim are hacks that no longer work on Instagram. The first one is posting every single day. This does work for some businesses and brands that have huge followings or who are in the phase of announcing something really special or really important. However, this is not an effective strategy for a brand who's just starting or a brand who is looking to maintain a consistent posting schedule and wants to actually gain some engagement and foster conversations. What I recommend instead is a strategy of 3 or 5 times a week. That typically gives your posts a little bit of room to breathe so that people can engage with them before another post of yours pops up on their feed. Even though the algorithm is always changing, you don't want to overwhelm it because that will never be positive for your strategy. Another thing that used to be considered a hack that no longer works is overanalyzing your feed. Having an aesthetic feed is great and fun, but it is not the driving factor that's leading to your strategy's success. Overanalyzing how good your feed looks upon a scroll or a few scrolls is only going to go so far in improving your strategy. At the end of the day, having an aesthetic feed is just a nice cherry on top of a good social media strategy. It does not make your strategy. The next outdated hack is posting times. I cannot tell you how many people I have seen come on Instagram or even TikTok and say that there are set times you should be posting for your post to go viral or to gain a lot of engagement. The truth is, the only one who knows what the best time to post is you. Nobody can tell you what is going to work best for your audience because they don't know what your audience looks like. Posting times are different for every single brand, and there is no one size fits all for this. And don't get me started on the posting at 3 a.m., posting at 5 a.m. Those are not hacks. They simply will not work. The next thing that used to be really popular in social media strategy for businesses and brands is not replying to comments. That might sound crazy, but a few years ago, not replying to comments was the way that many brands positioned themselves as a little bit untouchable. If you wanted people to think of your brand as special or very important, you would leave those comments without a reply. That's a bad strategy for many reasons, but it also never worked in the past. It led a lot of people to avoid interacting with the brand because they knew they weren't going to get anything back. Now, the best way to foster a community on your Instagram page is to reply to the comments, and that is always my number one recommendation if you're looking to grow your strategy. You have to get in your comments and actually engage with the people who are engaging with your content if you want to see any kind of growth. The next thing is a personal favorite of mine, and that is overloading on hashtags. There's been a lot of conversations on whether hashtags even matter anymore, but the general rule of thumb is that posting 30 hashtags and really maxing those out is not going to benefit your brand. Using 30 hashtags that are just general hashtags versus using 9 very impactful, very specific hashtags is going to make a big difference. I would argue some posts don't need hashtags at all. What I would opt for instead are longer captions that are SEO focused, so you're using a lot of targeted keywords in your caption that Instagram can then pick up on and use to recommend your content to people who are searching for those same keywords. SEO is the new hashtag. The last thing I'm going to talk about today that I still see a lot of people doing is using stock images or overly perfected brand photography rather than opting for real authentic content. In today's day and age, we are burnt out of seeing stock photography and we're burnt out of seeing content that is polished and perfect and puts your product on a pedestal. We want to see real engaging content that shows how your product is used, how people engage with your product, the behind the scenes of the company. There's so much more to your brand than a singular product on a shelf. I would rather see the founder of your brand take a selfie with a product and post that to your Instagram rather than seeing yet another photo of your product sitting on a pretty pedestal. I hope this didn't ruffle too many feathers, but these are all the things that used to be considered hacks on the social media space that some people still float around as ways to hack the algorithm that no longer work and will not benefit your strategy. If you're looking for ways to better your engagement or make your social media strategy more impactful, please give me a message. I would love to work with you on getting those things done for your business.